And we are live once again, the Great Brand Reset Project, episode 17. We've come a long way and we're coming through to clear one of the first phase of this project. And it's really important that we pay close attention to this particular conversation because a lot of you guys are responding whereby you guys say, I don't know what's my unique selling proposition, or some of you are coming up with unique selling proposition which are very vague, or there isn't really enough weight or idea or thought put into it. So what we're gonna do is to reveal to you guys, or what we have been doing is reveal to you guys step by step how you can actually define your very own unique value proposition. So this process is going to be taking you through step by step. The past two sessions has been revealing that to you, and what we're going to do today is briefly show you how to bring it all together, and eventually you can create and craft that message that will show you what is your true unique selling proposition. And this actually an extended conversation just from finding your unique selling proposition, but for today we're going to stick to crafting it first. So I'm going to show you guys my slides. Let's see whether you can catch it. Fantastic. So I believe most of you are able to see my slide. Yeah, we missed the time 11 p.m. But today is about how to craft a unique selling proposition. Now, before we continue, just take note we have a Facebook group where we rebrand, recharge, and free focus, and it's meant for extended conversations, more Q&A, more engagement, and we'll be doing more of that probably next week onwards, where time's a bit more on my side and with a bit more people joining the group. For those of you who have joined, thank you so much. I believe you guys would definitely benefit, and please don't hesitate to ask questions. So, quick recap what we did episode 16. We revealed to you what is a value proposition canvas. Basically, this is the framework or the tool that will help you define what is your value proposition canvas. So the two parts, one is a customer profile, one is the gains map. So the customer profile will highlight the pains, the value map or the gains map will highlight the gains. So customer profile is sort of supposed to be the pains or negative, and the gains map is supposed to be the positive. And you're going to bring coming together, it will look something like this when they're both filled up. Filled up, you will see a lot of crisscrossing of pointers to see whether they are solving or crossing each other out. And the final part will be your value proposition. So quick, very, very quick, brief recap. This is the customer profile map. There's gains, pains, and customer jobs. Customer jobs usually functional, social, personal, and supporting jobs, whereby you break down beyond than just the immediate jobs that your customers have to do. Sometimes they have to work on supporting roles, they have to do personal roles, or they have to do social roles. The pains is not just about sales, sometimes it's about outcomes, the risks they have to take, or the obstacles that's in their way from making breakthroughs. Now, the gains that they're looking forward to may not just be monetary, it may be unexpected gains, like maybe they grow a community or they grow in influence or they unexpectedly create a new product. So, those are the unexpected gains. And I also highlighted that after a while, you've filled up the canvas, you need to rank them. Rank them from the best, the most important jobs, the most dire pain, or the most urgent gains they need to have. And some of the best practices of how to ask questions for these roles as well. Then we moved on to the value map, where it's the game creators, product and services, and the pain relievers. So the product and services, there's the physical, potential products. I revealed to you guys what the kind they can be exemplified. There's intangible, like what we have here is intangible products. Digital products also looks at this, and financial products. What takes away your customer's pain, and what new benefits can you create? So taking your pain may not be something within your control, but creating new gains is something you can control and modify. Again, we shared you need to highlight and also rank them in terms of the products and services, from the most impactful products and services to the least impactful, the most immediate or the most helpful pain relievers, and also the most helpful gain creators. You need to rank them and put them accordingly in somewhere visible. And most importantly, follow the best practices, bring out your customer profile next to you in order for you to fill up the gains map properly, and be specific and spend time to branch out if you have to. Now, now comes the part where you truly craft your unique value proposition into a sentence. Now, this is the part you guys have been waiting for. How will it look like in a sentence? But there's one more step you need to fulfill. You're going to take your customer profile and your gains map, you're going to put them side by side. And you're going to take the ranked items and put them next to each other. So this is going to be an iterative process, this is going to be a repetitive process. So you're going to take your customer jobs and see, hey, does it solve any of the, you can look at the gains map and you see your customer profile or customer jobs. Does any of my products or services are able to solve my customer jobs? And chances are they can't solve everything. They can only solve probably some, one or two. And that's perfectly fine. That's fairly normal. So you're gonna see probably top three can only solve maybe one of your customer job, or maybe out of there's only be a few of them matching with each other. And the same will happen for your pain relievers. The same will happen for the gain creators. You're gonna see, okay, I've ranked 10. I've ranked 10 on my gain creators, ranked 10 on my customer gains. Now I realize the rank number one is able to solve my problem number five. And that's how it will look like crisscrossing. And maybe rank number five is able to solve problem number one. And if you find that there are some which there isn't any matching, there whereby the products and services are not solving anything on the customer job, you have to start to ruthlessly eliminate them. And after you went through one round of elimination, walk through again, re-rank them again, and see which ones are the ones that's really impactful and ones that's really important. And chances are when you go through this process, you may end up with one or two left behind for each item, whereby one customer job that fits with one product and services, one customer pains that fits with one pain relievers, and one customer gains that fits with one gain creators. And if you have more than one, about two or three, that's still perfectly fine. I think we still accept that, but you should not be having up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, because that means you're trying to target everyone, you're trying to solve everything, and when you're trying to do that, you are not going to come up with an impactful product. So that is the process of how you finalize and crystallize your value proposition. So let me come to you how it looks like in a message. So for example, you're going to extract every single point of what you've went through and put them into this message, right? Our product and services help customer persona who wants to complete a certain customer job by eliminating customer pain and showing them how they can make gains unlike the competitors. Maybe because competitors have their own value proposition, you can make a comparison. So this here, it's your formula to writing out your value proposition, which will bring back in to your business model canvas. And whenever someone asks you, what's your unique value proposition? You're not going to say, I'm the cheapest, or you're not going to say, I'm the fastest, or I'm the easiest, I'm most convenient. You actually have something concrete, something real to share with them, to show them that how you stand out from the rest, and something that they can visualize, whereby yes, you are different because you put thought into being different, you're able to solve different problems, and you are unique in your own way. Then when you already come with your value proposition, the chances are it's still at the stage of a problem solution fit. So it's still on theory, still on pen and paper. And what you're gonna do is to start to do testing. And testing is where you try to ask around with people whether what do they think about the problem solution fit. Um, we need probably you guys will ask me certain critical numbers. Critical numbers are numbers where the sample size is enough for you to make an accurate judgment or informed decision. So in this case, depending on the product, I would say the size can be from 10 to 50 for your problem solution fit. And then once you feel that maybe you have three different value proposition you've crafted, remember we narrow down or you shortlisted and you find okay, these two can actually make sense, or this one is the one that is very useful. Then what you want to do is to bring it to the market, try to sell. Is it sellable? If it's not sellable, then it fails. You got to go back to the first drawing board and build it back up again. For some of you, you're able to create products from scratch and you realize you're much more agile and nimble. For those of you who are working in companies or you work in existing product, it's all about making the adjustment, or tweaks, or testing to see whether the new introduction or new adjustment or new elimination can actually make the product sell better. So if you sell, let's say, you're selling books, and because of the process, you are able to sell the idea about the book project, and because of the process, you ask people around, and out of 50 people read, 35 people say yes, it's a good idea, and you bring it to the market, you actually materialize it, and you print maybe 100 books, and 100 books you're able to sell 80 books. This is the part where it gets interesting. So just because it's sellable doesn't mean it is a business yet. So now you're going to bring it to a business model fit, whereby you're going to assess whether the margins are reasonable. You're going to see whether it can be scaled, whether it fits into your vision, it fits into your business model as well. So transiting into the business model fit, it takes a lot of revision, a lot of testing before it can go into business model fit. And you should not cross it too easily. You need to quick testing, you need to fine tune your product market before transforming to business, where you hire people, or you grow your team, or you scale the direction of the business, or you introduce a new stream of income just to scale up this particular product. Whereby maybe you introduce a value ladder for this product instead of book. Now, because it's a business model fit, you don't just stop with the book. You start a podcast from the book. You start to sell courses from the book. You start to do programs from the book. So that's what the business model fit can look like. And if his business model fit is not scalable or doesn't fit all the other criteria, then you need to go back again to the problem solution fit and backtrack. So that's what the journey to finding your value proposition looks like, and how you will start to uh, ripple down the other processes, or how it will start to affect the other processes. So it is fine if you guys are taking some time to come up with your value proposition. And it's perfectly normal if you guys have two or three versions. And it's normal if you guys start to tweak or adjust along the way. What I will do is also introduce you guys more and more and more. I'll drop small bite-sized ideas of what are the ideas or the content or strategies you need to look out for in order to make sure you come up with the best value proposition fit, so that you can go from problem solution fit to product market fit to business model fit effortlessly. I won't say effortlessly, fluently, confidently as well. So we were going to be talking about customer profile. We're going to be talking about people, psychographic and demographics, and how all this, and maybe a competitor research bullseye diagram, how does this affect your decision making in terms of the who you should be targeting, when you should be releasing, where you should be releasing your product as well. All these conversations will come along the way. So that is why I want to keep it bite-sized, so that you guys can actually complete the small tasks I've assigned. And next week, or I'll say next week, next session is where we're going to be talking about customer profiles when you'll be dealing with B2B. So B2B, I would say this session is not just for B2B, even if you're B2C, it's still relevant. But just that for B2C, especially consumer products, the decision making is still very independent, whereby the customer is the only one involved in the decision making, and it's rarely a collective decision compared to B2B. B2B, the customer that you're working with, or the person you're interacting with, they are not the final decision maker, and they are not able to make the decision alone. So you need to be very well aware of the group of people that's influencing them. And the earlier you know how to make them your champion, you know how to make sure that they are able to rally on your behalf, the better you will work through that relationship and maybe closing the deal altogether. So that's for today's session. It's really important. I really wanted to go through this with you guys. It is a process. It's gonna take time. I hope you guys are enjoying the process. I hope you guys are getting clarity as well. If you are struggling with this process, do reach out to me, especially through the group. On my end, I'll try my best to make it even more engaging. Hope to make it even more easier to relate to, find more case study and more ideas. Just that I can't share some because those are confidential, but I'll find some which are not, or maybe commonly known. Maybe we can dissect some of the existing case studies that's available out there. One of the ways is probably catch the IG story on New Entity. I'm taking over the Instagram stories to share case studies on a very popular street food called Ramly Burgers, and that's where we're going to apply these concepts to dissect their business to make a good guess of how they are actually able to grow from uh, what they call it product. I even forget my own concept sometimes. From problem solution fit to product market fit and the business model fit. They actually cleared those processes step by step because the founder had an idea, he transformed it into a product, he started to sell it at small scale, and he grew. And when he wanted to cross into a business model, he had to make a lot of adjustments. So I'll be sharing those stories in the coming days as well. So a little bit everywhere. So if you guys are able to help me out to organize my thoughts together, I definitely welcome that as well. In the meantime, best is you can backtrack the past videos, look through the past videos and see how it can help you improve further. In the meantime, take care guys, good night and stay safe.